This is a recurring theme when it comes to black artists, when it comes to rap artists.
I'm trying to tell you guys the truth.
Candace,
the absolute truth about what is happening in Black America. You are being used, abused, and lied to and manipulated emotionally.
Every time a black person gets any money, they don't choose to go move into black neighborhoods, even though they can certainly.
It's not every day that we see politics and Hollywood being mixed together, but some politicians are dead set on exposing some real dirt on the industry. The most controversial black politician, Candace Owens, has come forward with some serious allegations about the Hollywood industry. She has expressed her concerns about black celebrity artists being controlled by rich white folks behind the scenes. Well, we have all the sugary deets, so let's share this black tea amongst ourselves. Well, Candace Owens, the American political commentator, has expressed her straightforward views on how the black community has been blindsided by the higher-ups in the political and entertainment industry. She predicted, while looking at the current state of black America, that their vote will continue to lose its value till it won't matter anymore in near future.
We can be emotional, we can boo, you can cheer, but I'm telling you right now, the black vote is not going to matter after the next about 5 years if you don't start paying attention to what I'm saying to you. Because I'm trying to tell you guys the truth, the absolute truth about what is happening in Black America.
While participating in a group discussion in Revolt Summit 2020 organized in Los Angeles, Candace gave her brief but blunt opinion, highlighting how misogynistic society is towards the black people, and we have been groomed to be okay with it.
You are being used, abused, and lied to and manipulated emotionally by the Democrat Party. That is what I am here to tell you. You want to keep uprising and talking about racism when they're taking our fathers out of the home?
Well, these are some serious truth bombs she dropped on the seriously misguided generation, and as you just see in the clip how the host is trying to stop her from stating her narrative. It looks to me even the black people themselves don't want to wake each other. And the public stands with her on this one. I'm black and I understand everything she's saying, but I don't understand how others don't get this common sense. It's scary. How would I help my people if they don't want to be helped? I'm glad she's trying her hardest for us. I love her very much for her consistency. Not only black, white people also support her for exposing this two-faced society. I'm white, Southern, male, Christian from Alabama, and don't apologize for any of this. So, if she ever ran for president, I would crawl on broken glass to go vote for her. The political personality presented her narrative on how the black vote has been used by various Democratic parties, highlight the same typical community problems in every election campaign and doing nothing to solve them. Not to mention her strong opinions about socialism in politics and how the elected individuals were using the black vote to destroy everything the country amounts for. But Candace is nowhere near done. She has made some explosive remarks on why the black artists and celebrities do not want to make their house in the neighborhood they spent all their lives in.
Every time a black person gets any money, they don't choose to go move into black neighborhoods, even though they can certainly afford to. Looking at you, LeBron James, looking at you, Patrice Cullors.
Owens hinted that the black are also being towards their own kind, as they don't want to associate with them. The Republican member took aim at LeBron James in her statement, asking why was the professional basketball player not living in a black neighborhood when he could certainly afford it.
Why didn't LeBron James take his many millions and build a giant home in the middle of the south side of Chicago? Why didn't he do that? What is he afraid of? Who is he afraid of? What is it that he doesn't want to live around?
Black rights activists also commented on the unhealthy eating habits that are being associated with black people. In this age of modernization, good nutrition is imperative for a good image. So is it not suspicious that only fast foods are coming to black celebrities and not the whole foods? So basically, they associate bad health and unresponsible behavior with black people to create an environment to promote the perceived image of people of color. Incredibly underhanded and obnoxiously genius, don't you think so? As a fan graciously sums it all up, advertising executives know more about human nature and psychology than the mental health professionals. Candace tweeted her exact thought about the agenda of BLM, quoting Tucker Carlson. Tucker Carlson told the truth about #BLM. It has nothing to do with black lives. When 18 black people were murdered in 24 hours in Chicago, #George Floyd riots, plus 10 people shot in Brooklyn in 1 hour. The movement is about black anarchy, and I will never bend a knee to that. Let's not forget the another TV personality, Kanye West, also tried to expose Hollywood for playing favorites when it came to black celebrities. We all remember the anti-Semitic remarks he made about the higher-ups in the entertainment industry.
But I do feel, especially with black entertainers, I've had a lot of bad experiences. And if people use that anti-Semite idea to cover up bad business.
So in short, the people that are higher up in the food chain push narratives like BLM or anti-Semitism whenever they feel threatened about their cover being blown away. And believe it or not, people respect Kanye for standing up to Hollywood elites and speaking his mind. I respect him for speaking his mind and saying how he feels. I think that everybody needs to take a pause and stop looking at the experiences of other people as being a racist or anti-Semitic. But when Candace Owens unveiled the truth behind the scam called BLM, higher-ups turned her into public enemy number one. Well, in a talk show with Fox News, Candace asked the multi-million question, where did the $80 million donated by the people go?
Which for whatever reason no journalist was interested in at the time. We were all basically required to either put up a black square or donate to Black Lives, but nobody asked the question, where is all the money going?
The director of the documentary The Greatest Lie Ever Sold revealed that it was just a farce to rob the people. Their aim was to make money and line their pockets at the expense of innocent people's emotions.
What they really did is they robbed Americans. They robbed Americans' emotions, they extracted emotions, they used black pain to create confusion and to take millions upon millions, tens of millions of dollars.
Candace went into more detail in an interview with The Spectator, providing a detailed account of her findings that compelled her to make a documentary about it.
I went into the finances.
Yeah, what did you find?
What I found was that millions and millions of dollars are going to trans organizations. We are focused on building the first ever fully transgender district in San Francisco.
So, how do the making of trans communities help to further the lives of black people? Make it like so it makes sense. Candace then took to Twitter exposing different organizations that preach about racism and homophobia. Organizations like GLAAD and the NAACP don't exist to eliminate racism and homophobia. They exist to provide a spotlight to them so that their company executives can rake in millions and line their own pockets. This is common sense. Let's not forget Candace's scorching take on the minimal problems of racism and white supremacy that she represented to the Congress. The former Turning Point USA Communications director claimed she was being passed over because she was speaking truth to power, that these issues were overblown and being used for political purposes by Democrats. I also found it quite hilarious that when asked for actual numbers, nobody here could actually provide them because it's not actually a problem in America or a major problem that's facing Black America. But when she explained her narrative that father absence, illegal immigration, illiteracy, and other problems are more pressing than the so-called white supremacy, they called her a racist, when in all honesty, she is telling the truth.
4 years you bring up race and you knew exactly what I meant when I said hilarious, and you just tried to do live what the media does all the time to Republicans, to our president, and to conservatives, which you tried to manipulate what I said to fit.
She explained results shown in a detailed report prepared by United States Commission of Civil Rights about how the illegal immigration was destroying the youngsters and the future of their community, but she is being silenced under the label of being racist.
Much, much, much more, and I've said that. I said that in my opening, and I will say it again. You know that white supremacy and white nationalism is ranks nowhere near the top of the issues that are facing Black America.
But even after her long speech backed up by the facts and figures, the other witnesses picked on her for using the word hilarious in her statement. It is rather commendable that you have the audacity to put words in people's mouths while completely disregarding the facts that back up the statement. But as we have already established, Candace is not one to sit back at the face of injustice. She took it like a champ, and when it was her turn to speak, she left the other witnesses flabbergasted.
Their absence, the education system, and the staggering abortion rate, as well as illegal immigration.
In another interview with Fox News, Candace gave her opinion on the grievance generation. She claimed that this victim mindset that is being promoted among the people of the Black community is destroying them like a plague. If one is being perceived as a victim, then he is the right one, is the twisted reality of the G generation and will be the reason for their downfall as well.
Harms Black Americans first and foremost. We are the ones that are meant to compete with illegals for jobs, and they are flooding our communities with crime and violence. Black American men between the ages of 18 and 22 are harmed by illegal immigration.
In a recent tweet, Candace encouraged people to wake up and be vocal about the atrocities that are being sold to the public under the disguise of different labels. At this point in time, it is the best way to save ourselves from the fiasco that would result in the upcoming deranged generation. History will not be kind to those that supported the mutilation of innocent children's bodies under the guise of gender-affirming care. Neither will gods have the courage to call out mainstream filth when you see it. This is the biggest civil rights issue of our time. That's it for today, folks. Until next time, goodbye.